What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. The Clippers get a major update on Norman Powell, one of their star acquisition players that they got retrieved from the Portland Trail Blazers along with Robert Covington. Shout out to him. Been playing very well lately, and shout out to him with the 43-point career night he had about 3 nights ago. That was definitely a big game, and it definitely shows that, you know, him and Norman Powell can bring an impact to this team that they haven't had before. And, you know, honestly, to me, you know, as far as Norman Powell specifically, you know, good news with him, you know, return to the court. It's projected for him to come back against the Kings. I think that's Saturday. It's projected for him to possibly, you know, come back that game. Definitely either that game or the Thunder is where they're projecting it right now for him to actually make a return. So that's going to be huge for the Clippers, definitely going into the play-in tournament. I'm telling you, they're going to need all the help they can get because it's not going to be as easy as a lot of people think. Because you got to understand, as I said before, when you're playing and it's a 1-game elimination, I mean, you're going to see everything from the other team. You're going to get all you can handle. Trust me. It doesn't even matter who you have on the floor. You're going to get all you can handle just because it's that type of severity of a situation where it's elimination, 1-game elimination. You know, it's not a 7-game series. But I will say this, you know, if Norman Powell can get back, you know, like I said, that Kings game 2 games before the season ends instead of that Thunder game, I would definitely prefer that, of course, so he can get a little bit of a rhythm, a little bit of feel, because they're going to need him to be in rhythm when they go into the play-in tournament. They're not going to need him to be, you know, half of what he can be or anything like that. No, they're going to need him to be in full rhythm, because I'm telling you, like, when you look at this team in its totality, the Clippers are built to, you know, do good things because they have a lot of good pieces. But there are some other teams out there that has some good pieces too. And like I said, if they draw the Timberwolves in the first matchup, I think, you know, as I said yesterday's video, for some reason, you know, I don't know. I just feel like the Denver Nuggets might be a little bit of a better matchup, but it really can go either way with these two teams. But I definitely think Norman Powell and Robert Covington is going to have the biggest impact in the tournament, in the play-in tournament, because Paul George is going to, you know, be Paul George, but at the same time, they're going to try to take the ball out of his hands. So with that being said, it's going to have to be guys like Covington, Powell, you know, who step up the most. Of course, you're going to get what you get out of Luke Kennard, and, you know, Terrence Mann, you know, he shows up, you know, at times as well too. And so does, you know, Mook, you know what I'm saying, of course. But I feel like going forward, those 2 acquisitions that the Clippers made are really going to pay off, but it's going to pay off so much in the play-in tournament, because I think in a game like that, you need superior firepower from your other guys. It can't just be the main, you know, star players or something like that, because you're getting the best out of a team one night, winner take all, and anything can go with that situation. You know, we've seen that. I mean, you see it in football every year. You know, it's no such thing as a 7-game series in football. When the playoffs start, it's winner take all, 1 game, you enter, you're out. You go home if you lose. So, I mean, it's a good thing that the play-in tournament, you know, is like that, because it gives it that suspense, you know, it gives it that drama type feel, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully the Clippers are on the good side of that, of course. But I definitely think getting Norman Powell back is good, because, you know, if Robert Covington, we saw him drop big numbers the other night, 43 points when they scored like 153 points as a team, which is like a team record, I believe. One of the best, you know, scoring outages, you know, in probably NBA history, you know what I'm saying, in a regular season game. But that's the thing, you know, if you got a player like that who can catch fire, who can knock down big shots, who plays defense, and then you add Norman Powell back with Paul George, they should be fine until they get Kawhi Leonard back. They should be fine. I think they can get to that first round, probably play Memphis or something like that. If Kawhi can come back, like that game 2 at least of the first round, I should say, the actual first round of playoffs. If he can come back at least that game 2 or something like that, or that first round, you know, fill out that series, see how it is, you know, kind of get going. and, maybe make his way back, his return back from there. That would be, really good, for the Clippers if they're able to do that. There's a lot of, notions going out about Kawhi possibly not returning simply because the people are not, seeing him, do what they want him to do. He's not, as far as they know, the scrimmages, he's not practicing, as much as they thought he would and all this stuff. But it's still definitely a possible chance he will come back because Kawhi is a very private guy. So are the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? So they're not too big on, letting secrets out, letting things out in the open, to the media and everything like that. I hope he comes back because I think that'll definitely better their chances of, winning a championship. Even though right now they got a really good roster, but at some point you're going to face a team where, you're going to have to, be able to come through, and you're going to need, Kawhi Leonard at some point. It's just the way it is because, you still got Paul George coming off of an injury, still really trying to get his rhythm. I mean, the other night he did shoot 5 for 15, I believe, So he's still really trying to get his rhythm, all the way back, and trying to get your rhythm all the way back to where it was, knowing that you got to go into the playoffs. That's a bad time to try to get your rhythm. You see what I'm saying? Now luckily for Paul George, he's got another 3 games under his belt to kind of, get going a little bit. But sometimes it takes a few weeks, It takes almost a month to get back into basketball, NBA basketball shape, because like I said, it's so much that goes into a game, especially when you're talking about playoffs, playing tournament, things like that. The atmosphere, the magnitude, the pressure, the gameplay is different. Everybody's playing with a different energy. Everybody has the same record as soon as they enter the playoffs, which is 0-0. Everybody's hungry to win just like you are. So just because you got more talent than the other team doesn't necessarily mean you're going to beat them. It just means that you have you have a very good chance because of what you have on your roster. So, I mean, I'm definitely, rooting for the fact that, Norman Powell comes back and they kind of get another major piece like that, because they're definitely going to need him, and they're definitely going to be, they're definitely going to be in a dogfight, I think, in the playing tournament. They're definitely going to need somebody like him who can, who will get scrappy on defense, who will knock down big shots. I mean, the man scored like 30 points his first debut game with the Clippers, so we know he can score. That's no doubt about that. And then, like I said, if they can just get contributions from everybody else, I think it'll be fine. I definitely think Zubac is going to have to be big in the tournament as well. Between him and Hardenstein, they're going to really have to, make some plays, man, because, that center position is going to be huge. They're going to need to rebound like crazy, and don't let up. I mean, if they're not scoring a lot of points, which is understandable, they got to rebound very well. They got to protect the glass. They got to, crash the glass all night, every series, every game. Because that's the only way the Clippers are going to win, because the Clippers are going to go through levels of, ups and downs. We all know basketball is a game of runs. So, you need to be prepared for, any type of run somebody makes. But if you're crashing the boards, getting the rebounds, playing the defense the Clippers can play, I feel like they'll be just fine. And like I said, adding somebody back like Norman Powell, along with the way Covington is starting to play and get a feel for this team as well, I mean, they really got a lot of good pieces. So, I mean, I want to see, how it pans out for them. Hopefully Norman Powell comes back, like I said, Saturday versus the Kings. That would be so much better, for him to come back then, so he can at least get, 2 games under his belt, so he can try to, get a little bit of rhythm before the play-in tournament. And then we'll, see if the Clippers can make it through the play-in tournament, get past the 1 or 2 teams they have to play. And then they get into that actual first round of playoffs. We'll see if maybe Kawhi can come back and whether they can, make some noise that way. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section as always. And hey, Cali out.